Good evening to one and all. Welcome to all of you on this platform, One Mark Solution. As you know that from last 4 months we are conducting different type of live subject webinars for different subjects for 1 marks question and for also case study and assertion written also. अभी जो सीबीएसई और एनसीईआरटी ने जो एक न्यू टॉपिक इंट्रोड्यूस किया है आर्ट इंटीग्रेटेड लर्निंग जो कि सभी के लिए बहुत न्यू टॉपिक है फॉर स्टूडेंट ऑल्सो एंड फॉर टीचर्स ऑल्सो सभी के लिए न्यू टॉपिक है कि हम आर्ट को कैसे डिफरेंट सब्जेक्ट के साथ कैसे इंटीग्रेट कर सकते हैं। तो हमारी कोशिश यही है इस प्लेटफॉर्म के थ्रू कि हम आपसे ये डिस्कस कर सकें कि इस टॉपिक को हम आइडिया आपको बता सकें कि कैसे हम डिफरेंट सब्जेक्ट्स में आर्ट को इंट्रोड्यूस कर सकते हैं, आर्ट को इंटीग्रेट कर सकते हैं विद डिफरेंट सब्जेक्ट एक्सपर्ट्स। तो इससे पहले भी 2 सेशन हो चुके हैं, आर्ट इंटीग्रेटेड विद साइंस, आर्ट इंटीग्रेटेड विद मैथ्स हो चुका है, आर्ट इंटीग्रेटेड लर्निंग। आज जो सेशन होने वाला है वो आर्ट इंटीग्रेटेड लर्निंग इन ज्योग्राफी होने वाला है, सोशल साइंस ऑल्सो, जिसके लिए हमारे साथ जो सब्जेक्ट एक्सपर्ट्स हैं, सब्जेक्ट एक्सपर्ट मैम हैं, मैं उनका स्वागत करती हूँ। मैम मोस्ट वेलकम आपका हमारे इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे।
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Most welcome आपका on behalf of our One Mark team and from behalf of our viewers also. मैम का अगर मैं इंट्रोडक्शन दूं तो मैम का नाम है कामाक्षी मित्तल। मैम ज्योग्राफी एजुकेटर हैं विद्या भारती स्कूल दिल्ली में और मैम डीयू की टॉपर भी रह चुकी हैं। मैम ने एमए हिंदी से किया है और मैम यूजीसी नेट क्वालिफाइड है, तो काफ़ी एक्सपीरियंस है मैम को और 10 इयर्स का टीचिंग एक्सपीरियंस भी है। तो मैम आज अपने आइडियाज़ शेयर करने वाली हैं आर्ट इंटीग्रेटेड लर्निंग इन ज्योग्राफी एंड सोशल साइंस में, कि कैसे आप आर्ट को इंट्रोड्यूस कर सकते हैं, आर्ट को इंटीग्रेट कर सकते हैं ज्योग्राफी एंड सोशल साइंस में, क्योंकि सभी के लिए डिफरेंट टॉपिक है। तो मैम बस एक आइडिया दे रहे हैं आप लोग को कि आप यूज़ कैसे कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज सभी के दिमाग में एक अलग अलग आइडियाज़ होते हैं, स्टूडेंट्स के दिमाग में अलग, टीचर्स के दिमाग में अलग। तो ये कहीं एक रूल नहीं है कि हम ये यूज़ कर सकते हैं। जो भी आज मैम बताने वाले हैं बस एक रफ आइडिया आपको देने वाली है मैम कि हम ये चीज़ें भी यूज़ कर सकते हैं, ये आर्ट्स को भी यूज़ कर सकते हैं इस सब्जेक्ट में। तो मैं व्यूवर्स को बताना चाहती हूँ कि मैं लास्ट में आपके लाइव कमेंट बॉक्स में एक फीडबैक फॉर्म भी शेयर करूँगी, जिससे कि आप अगर उसको फिल करते हैं तो और 40% अगर उसमें मार्क्स लेके आते हैं तो आपको अटेंडेंस सर्टिफिकेट भी आपके मेल आईडी पे इशू होगा। तो मेल आईडी आप करेक्ट डालिए, मेल आईडी अगर करेक्ट नहीं होगा तो आपका सर्टिफिकेट आप तक पहुँचेगा नहीं। और जो भी हमारे साथ न्यू व्यूवर्स हैं, जो टीचर्स हैं, जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं, प्लीज़ चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिए, जिससे कि हमारे सेशंस जो भी अपकमिंग सेशंस रहेंगे, वेबिनार्स रहेंगे, वो भी उनके अपडेट्स आपको मिलते रहेंगे लगातार। और थैंक यू सो मच मैम, एंड मैम मोस्ट वेलकम।
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kamakshi Mittal, geography educator working in Delhi, and I've been in teaching from past 10 years. I'm just sharing my ideas on this new topic, that is art integration in geography and social science. Now, before going further, let us first see that what is art integration. What is art integration? What is art and what is integration? As Albert Einstein said, a picture is worth 1,000 words. We can take more with eyes than with ears. So this is what art integration, that we are integrating, we are teaching the subject, we are inculcating the skills of our discipline through art. Art integration is an approach to teaching in which students construct and demonstrate understanding through an art form. Students engage in a creative process which connects an art form and other subject area and meets evolving objectives in both. That means what we are doing, it's an approach in teaching learning process where we are making our class a joyful classroom. We are enhancing skills and understanding of students through various art forms. Now, why we need this art integration in education? Number one is to reduce the curricular burden by making learning more meaningful and joyful. Next is we want holistic development. It is not only the rote memorization of concepts, but students should know how to use that knowledge in real to solve real life problems. How to use that knowledge. Next is to enhance skills to communicate and power to express, to help child become more sociable, to develop aesthetic sense and enhance creativity among children. Today's children, in my view, are a storehouse. They are a storehouse of creativity because they have a n number of resources which they have gathered from past generations also, and the new generation also. Art as a powerful medium is strong pedagogical tool. Now, here what I want to say is that when we are talking of children, we are basically just focusing on students. Very often we have the problem is that students are not concentrating in my class. They are not reading the chapter. They are not understanding the concepts. What should we do? So this problem is taken care of by art integration. Maybe a student is not good at writing, but he or she is good at sketching, painting, drawing. So this is what art integration is doing. A student may have different needs. They come from different educational backgrounds. They have different attention spans and interests. They have different languages. They have different abilities. They have different cultural backgrounds. So all these problems are taken collectively and solved by art integration by making a classroom more interesting, more joyful. Now, coming to the co equal status. What we have read till now is what is art integration, why we are doing so. But what we have to understand first as a teachers, we have to understand that art integration is not taking art as a vehicle, but we have to give co-equal status to our discipline and arts. We have to give both, we have to pick up both on the same platform. In order for social studies and arts to be truly integrated, teachers need to be aware of five different elements in planning for both content areas. The primary objective or goal will be initially focused on social studies. The arts must have the equal importance. Now, let us start off with the five elements. Number one, choosing a social studies content. I am just taking an example of history here that when we are choosing a social studies content, number one, you should have clear goals and objectives in your mind that what you want to get out of these children, the concepts, vocabulary, skills. For example, if the unit is on American Revolution, a theme from the curriculum standards for social studies, power, authority, and governance. What we can have, identify and describe factors that contribute to cooperation and cause disputes within and among groups and nations. Next, we have to choose a visual or performing art which match up with this content. For example, if we have taken a music that describe the influence of various cultures and historical events on musical forms and styles of that period. Now, in when we are examining, students are studying about the music, songs, lyrics, and in related to that period. Third is create learning objectives in social studies and visual performing arts for your unit of study. The initial social studies objectives will guide how you choose the content on objectives in the arts. Then choose the art goals. Teach content, a skill, or combination of both. But be careful, you have to make both a co equal status. Teach academic content vocabulary in both subject areas. Each and every subject has particular and some technical words. There are some technical words which they have students should know about each and every subject. For example, if I say fault in geography, that fault doesn't mean a mistake or a guilt. That fault in geography is itself a landform. When I say breaking of plates in geography, I'm not talking of the breaking of the crockery or the plates. I'm just telling about the breaking of lithospheric plates. So every academic subject, each and every subject has its own vocabulary, has its own technical terms which you should use while taking your class. If you are using those words while taking your class, your students will try to use that words, they'll understand these words, and they won't confuse with that with any other subject or language. So first, we have to, as a teacher, we have to understand what are the words or what are the specific words we are giving the task to a student they should include. Students need to learn the vocabulary that defines history, social science content, as well as vocabulary in the visual performing arts. Student will benefit from treating both as forms of content area, vocabulary, and conceptually. Next is creative performance based assessment with clear criteria in social studies. Now, you should have a clear concept in your mind that what all rubrics you are going to set, how you are going to assess that particular task given to the student. Are you assessing it on the content, presentation, or vocabulary, or if it is a written project, the spellings also? So this is what first we as a teacher we have to clarify. Now, uh, with clear criteria in social studies and arts, one that measures both social studies and arts concept with real life tasks. Students who perform what they understand will use several skill sets across social studies and the arts. They have opportunities to express their understanding through multiple pathways. See, social studies or particularly geography, what in my opinion, it's uh, geography, social studies, it has lots and lots of scope for art integration. We can use plays, biopics, anything. So they have multiple ways. Students have multiple ways. What, as a teacher, we have to understand that how do we measure these tasks, both the social studies, in addition that how students have integrated arts concept or skills. Using this process, we were successful in creating several units of studies that emphasized major themes, content, and skills in social studies, while also providing visual arts contents and skills. Now, I'm taking some examples of arts, social studies, and how to develop this content equally. Coming to the concepts of geography. Now, as I have already said, that picture is a collection of 1,000 words. Geography itself has an art that is known as cartography. That is, cartography is an art and science of map making. Now, what is a map? Map is a 2D representation of Earth or a part of it. And by seeing a map, a layman can understand that what we want to say. If he or she will be given with the map of wildlife sanctuaries, there's no need of giving or mentioning a list of states or names. By seeing the map, he or she can easily locate that where the wildlife sanctuaries are. Or if I give a map to you people, the choropleth map of the density of India, by looking at those patterns from darker to lighter shades, you can easily say that which are the areas of high density of population and which are the areas having less population. So geography has a huge scope of integrating visual and performing arts in teaching learning process. Next is different art activities. What we can select while giving a task. These art activities, as per CBSE, we can divide as two-dimensional, three-dimensional, then assignments and corresponding school activities. When we are using the word two-dimensional, we can give sketching, painting, collage, etc., use of media, computer, and other techniques. Then three-dimensional, we use the study of man-made objects, buildings, soil, or we can use models made up of clay and cardboards. Then assignments and projects, which includes these assignments and projects, survey reports, the projects you give. Then corresponding school activities, speech, role play in morning assembly. These are the different art activities. Now some examples. Number one, the example I have taken is for choreography. If we want to teach elements of solar system and revolution and rotation of different planets, we can show it to choreography. And how we have to start with it? In a class, say in a class of 20 students, what we have to do? Just divide those students in different groups. Now what? Make one student stand at the center, which is representing sun, and tell the students to rotate and revolve around that sun in elliptical paths as to show elliptical orbits. Now here, the sun, the student standing in the center, can have a torch. Now this torch can, and you can easily understand the concept of day and night along with rotation. This is one of the technique. Next is poetry. Poetry itself an art. While teaching erosion or weathering, teacher can show the pictures of various landforms and ask students to explain it in poetic manner. And I'm sure that you'll be surprised to see their creativity. You will surprised to see the words they have chosen for the poem. See, for example, this is a poem prepared by a student after seeing the cliff. It stands alone in silence, never losing its strength, except sometimes a wave will come and dig beneath the sandstone shell. It cannot lose more than a chip, but slowly it disintegrates from all the time and tide has gone, and all the time wind has gone. So this is one of the thing, the cliff. We all know as geography teachers, as social science teachers, that what is a cliff? Cliff is always eroding by the action of waves. So this is what a student has portrayed, has understood about the cliff, that though the cliff is not being eroded or disintegrated in one go, but what is happening? It is eroding chip by chip, very slowly with the time. Now, next is cultural integration. While we are teaching a topic, what we can do, we can integrate the geographical phenomena with the culture. The projects can be given by integrating both the topics, cultural as well as geographical topics. For example, if we are explaining rainfall and particularly monsoon, the monsoon, we know what is monsoon. Monsoon is a seasonal reversal of wind, and it is a normal phenomena in India. We know monsoon acts as a unifying bond. It is very much significant economically for India, for the agrarian economy of India, but it is culturally important too. So, how? For instance, Tej in Rajasthan and many other parts of India is celebrated along monsoon. Haryali Tej is a festival in Rajasthan, is celebrated by welcoming the monsoon with a song and dance ritual, dressed in brightly colored clothing, applying henna on their hands, the women sharing stories with their family and friends. Similarly, harvesting season of Rabi crop is celebrated as Baisakhi in North India, Rongali Bihu in northeastern India, particularly Assam, and then Pongal in South India. So, what you can give is, you can give your students to make a collage or to draw these pictures related to harvesting season. Pongal, Baisakhi, then Bihu. Now coming to three-dimensional art forms. Models which are made out of clay, cardboards, working models, they have been an integral part of our teaching learning process from ages. We are doing this from past many years. We know that our students are making models of water cycle, solar system, volcano. The only thing should be added is that now students should not only told to make the models but to explain them with their experiences and difficulties they faced during their making. They should know how much they have known the concept. Though they have made the models should be kept in exhibition for the encouragement of the students. But the students should also be given a chance to tell their experiences, to share their experiences, their problems with their teachers openly. That what all they have understood, what all is left, so that they can move to the next level of learning. Next is, there are some models. See, this type of model, it is a model of showing interior of the earth, where we have core, the inner core, the outer core. Then we have mantle, lower mantle, upper mantle, and then the crust. This is showing a model made up of clay showing different landforms. This is terrace farming, this is a lake, then this is a river. It is physiographical map of India. Eastern Ghats, Western Ghats, Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal, Northern Plains, Indian Desert. This is a model of volcano where we have vent, we have magma, we are showing lava, we are showing different pressure points here, that different the secondary vents are also there along with primary vent. We have the storehouse of magma, we have crater. So this is all we can show in art integration. Now, performing arts. Performing arts, one of the thing is, I have taken the example of pollution. As I'm doing with my students, pollution, one of the major problem in my city. And Unfortunately, Delhi has become one of the major, city in the world for pollution. Every year, we face the problem of smog, and it is infamous throughout India that Delhi is the most polluted city. Now, performing arts, I have given this topic to my students. This I have done last year. Students have been told to prepare beautiful posters, poems, and slogans. Then students can do role play, mono acting, street plays, or simple plays on this topic. What this will enhance their understanding of the concept. It will enhance their exposure to the society. It will make them more social. They can face real life problems. They can solve real life problems. Next is survey reports. Survey reports, uh, topics you can use. Take the topics like conditions of labors, maids and servants, migration can be taken up in the senior classes. Students should be told to prepare a survey report for it by taking up the survey of their convenient and accessible places and persons. It should be done through well-prepared questionnaire with the help of teacher. Teacher should help them. That uh, Teacher should help them to prepare a questionnaire. To use that, for example, if we are going to study about, let me take an example. If we are going to study about migration, students can ask their grandparents, their parents, and neighbors about their native places, their year of migration, and the reasons for their migration. That why they are migrating, from where do they migrate? As we see that most of the workers from Delhi and major metropolitan cities, they are migrating due to the pandemic. All this collected data must be tabulated according to different reasons of migration: social, economic, natural. In this way, students will have the clarification of the concept and also about the push pull factors of migration. And it will be very easy during Corona period, during this pandemic period, that the students have their grandparents at home, their parents at home, and neighbors at home. They can ask, they can prepare a questionnaire, they can ask the questions, they can fill those questionnaires. And it is the duty of the teacher to tabulate or to help the students in tabulation of data. And now, this tabulation of data can be showed or represented with different ways using graphs made from Excel sheets, by using computer, by using simple MS Office. Next is brochures and advertisements. While taking up the topics like consumer rights, tourism, etc., students can also be told to make brochure or advertisement with all the necessary details required by the manufacturer. These are It is their hands-on practice. They should know how to prepare an advertisement. What should be the color scheme while making an advertisement? What should be the details? What should be the mark, the trademark should be used. For example, if in any advertisement of a Barbie doll or a scooty or anything which is which are focusing or targeting mainly the female consumer or the girls consumer, they use the shades of pink, whereas the bold colors of bikes, bold colors are used for boy, when we are targeting the consumers, the male consumers, when we are focusing on male consumers. So these all things can be taught to students. We can always taught them the color schemes. Now coming to sketches and cartoons. Projects on Human Development Index, poverty, and others may use handmade sketches and cartoons for raising the interest of students and understanding the concept. And these projects like Human Development Index or poverty, they are itself an integrated projects with many of the subjects. When we are talking of poverty or Human Development Index, they are very much connected to political science. They are very much connected to economics. They are very much connected to maths and stats, apart from geography. Subjects like political science and history already have cartoons for various political events. And this breaks the monotony of teaching learning process. See, this is one of the sketch made by one of my student to show poverty, that I can't find poverty in this world. This is what creativity of students are. If they are told to create, they can create wonders. As I told, they are storehouse of creativity. If they have given chance, they can astonish you. At last, what I have attempted to do in this discussion is to provide a pathway that allows today's teachers to consider how to integrate art and social studies as co-equal disciplines in their classrooms. This begins to allow teachers to confront the issue of the lack of time, as well as the myriad issues regarding engagement and relevance for students. Integrating the arts into instruction is an easy way to help students find relevance and provide the real life context. Instead of disconnecting list of dates, names, events and timelines co-equally, using the arts in integration instruction provides students a real context in which to apply social studies. Having students engage with, use and create art provides a concrete way for students to connect to social studies contents and concepts in innovative, creative and purposive ways. This integration creates context when there was none, generates relevance when students could not find any, and constructs connections out of disconnected. At last, I just want to say that these all ideas, they are very much practical. The classroom, the students will enjoy it. You can easily do or carry out these activities. Now, I am open for the questions. Any question? See, this is a thing which you can carry out in your classrooms. Like I have told you that while making survey reports, students can always take the help of Excel, MS Office while tabulating the data and representing the data, either mapping patterns or showing graphs. As we see in political science, whenever we see the result of any election, how it is shown through pie charts, through graphs. Why the maps or the graphs? Or because those are the pictures which we can use the technology there. Those are the pictures through which we can see, through which we can understand without lots and lots of words. In my opinion, when I opine that one should be less in words but more of knowledge. Similarly, for performing arts, for models, they are just art is a subject with a huge, a vast subject matter, and so is the geography, and so is social science. While elections, if elections are coming, what we can do, we can, if elections, you are teaching a chapter in ninth class of constitution and election, what we can, you can, a teacher can do, he or she can told tell her students to prepare a play, and what that play should have, a play should have one narrator, and that narrator can speak of that what all things we are needing for election, what all the things as a voter we have to keep in mind, what all things should be there. As a voter we have to keep in mind what we have to see, what the documents we need. Similarly, while teaching about tribals, what one we can use is, suppose for example we are teaching of tribes, we can take an example of Santhal tribes. This tribe, we can connect the tribes from mapping their migration relating to geography. Then if we are telling about their history, we can tell about Santhal revolution, which is connecting to history. Then we can also tell students that Santhali is the recent language which is added to scheduled languages of India in constitution. So in this way we can use this a simple topic and integrate it with arts and other subject. Now coming to setting, how do we assess them? We are going to assess it by different rubrics. Those rubrics will be having creativity, presentation, vocabulary, each and everything. And it's upon you as a teacher to decide what all parameters you are going to assess for a student. So if you have queries, please just let me know.
Hello. Uh, Ma'am,
Yes,
this
ma'am.
presentation is over?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. मैम some queries are there. मैम स्टूडेंट्स एक्टिविटीज ग्रुप में करेंगे या अलग अलग, और हम इसे तेलंगाना से कैसे अटैच करेंगे? Somebody is asking.
Okay. The activity should be divided in the groups of 4 to 5 students, 5 students maximum. And
Okay.
Telangana, it depends on the topic you are choosing. If you are choosing the topic of uh, human development, you can always take the case of Telangana. You can always compare it with the any other neighboring state. You can do this activity, or if you are taking a case in any environmental studies, in environmental geography, you can always take the case of water pollution there, or any problem of economic geography, any real life problem. And then you have, what you have to do is just create the First of all, you make a goal or objective in your mind that what all things you need from the student. How do you want them to understand this? So this is all. Any other query? Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am, for this very
Thank
informative
you.
session, and so many compliments are also like very useful session and very interactive session and nice
Thank you.
session.
Thank you.
So many compliments are there. Thank you so much,
Thank
ma'am,
you.
for
Thank
this
you all. Stay
this
safe,
very
stay healthy,
interactive.
everyone. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am. And for viewers also, I had shared feedback form that after filling that feedback form, you will get your attendance certificate in your mail ID. Ma'am, somebody is asking, ma'am, in social, what type of projects through PPT and can it be made by an individual student?
Individuals too. Students, see, till 10th class, Sikkim is the project given by the CBSE. And when we talk of the higher classes, the 11th and 12th, has to be given by your teacher, that what topic she wants to give you. You can always take any topic from your book, from your geography book. You can take any topic. Just you have to understand, dear, that you have to integrate it with art. You have, it's just not just you are writing and writing the slides. You should have something. You can make handmade drawings, there should be crafts, there should be map. So this could be the project.
ओके, थैंक यू सो मच मैम। एंड आप जो मैंने लाइव चैट बॉक्स में एक लिंक शेयर करा है, आप उसको अगर फिल करते हैं, वो जो लिंक शेयर हुई है वो फीडबैक फॉर्म की लिंक है, जिसको आप फिल करेंगे तो आपको अटेंडेंस सर्टिफिकेट आपका मेल आईडी पे आपके इशू हो जाएगा। और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिए, जो भी हमारे न्यू व्यूवर्स हैं चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिए, लाइक कर दीजिए, जिससे कि और भी बच्चे इसका बेनिफिट उठा सकें। सेशंस होते रहेंगे हमारे 4 to 5 लगभग रोज ही सेशंस होते रहते हैं, डिफरेंट टॉपिक्स के लिए होते रहते हैं, डिफरेंट सब्जेक्ट्स के लिए होते रहते हैं, बेसिकली 1 मार्क्स के होते हैं, बट यहाँ पे और भी वेबिनार्स होते रहते हैं जो कि आपके लिए बहुत ही इन्फॉर्मेटिव हैं। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर जॉइनिंग अस। थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you.